Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today I got some crazy ass news that I want you guys to hear. Some pretty cool things coming up very soon. I'm extremely excited about this news to give to you guys right now based on some people I spoke to, not just in forums, but people that I know in GameStop and Toys R Us and GameStop and Nintendo World. I can validate all of these things to be 100% correct, and it's going to be really cool what's coming up. But first off, I want to just say, for all you guys that are just starting out in this channel, guys, I came up with I finished a mini-series, how to build a gaming / post-production for film work and stuff, and productivity computer on the cheap. The next thing that I'm doing right now, which is going to be starting next week, I'm going to start the how to build a Star Killer helmet / Iron Man helmet from beginning to end on a 3D printer, and I'm going to show you guys how to, from beginning to end, meaning also weathered paint and all that goodness. And then and I'm going to be doing a giveaway for Super Mario Brothers, a Mario holding a cell phone or a Nintendo Switch, and you can charge it, and it'll be cool because you can play it anywhere you go, and it's a pretty cool thing, and you could look at my channel how it looks like. I just now base coated it with acrylic, so to give it that shine. It's going to look really nice. And then after that, I'm going to be showing you guys in the other mini-series you guys requested how to build which I'm filming on right now, but I'm not going to show you guys till the actual mini-series, how to build a gaming / post-production for filming and stuff. Productivity desk on the cheap. Now, everything usually goes from what, like $800 to $1,500, and you guys will be able to build it on the cheap. If you look at the Star Killer helmet, for example, I know other helmets are going for anywhere $700 to $1,000. I'm going to teach you guys how to build it for about 20 bucks. Providing you have a 3D printer, but if not, you can get someone to do it for you. But it's going to be one hell of a ride, and definitely keep those requests coming based on the magnitude. Since I'm self-funded, more requests on these topics, I will make the video for it. So now let's go right into the Nintendo Switch news right now that's coming out. Okay, so first off, Ark Survival in November 30th is going to come out for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. I am really skeptical to see how the heck this thing actually runs on this beautiful baby right here. But I don't know if I mean, I think at 720 or possibly full HD or whatever on a dock mode, it might run well. Or maybe they fixed all the crap that in other versions of the game that came out that played extremely slow. I want to see if that's gonna be well. What I recommend for you guys is to wait on it to see what gaming footage looks like on it, and then make your decision whether you guys want to buy it or not. Now, if you guys are near any Nintendo World or GameStop, based on all of my friends that I spoke to, they're all going to have it on display for you guys to actually play. So that's going to be extremely cool and extremely, a rewarding experience that you get to play these things. Hopefully, unless they give us a demo, which I doubt it, but you'll be able to play it before you pay for it. And I think that's what it comes down to. I wish they gave a demo, but again, those that don't give demos kind of always makes me kind of think, is it going to run? Is it not? Should I, spend my hard-earned money on this? And if you guys are in limited funding, go for the games that are going to be great, that are going to be playing really awesome, which is Smash Brothers. I think that, and you're going to have a lot of other games coming out. Mario, the Wii U version is going to be ported. Who knows? They might have like a better version of it, or who knows? You never know what's going to happen. So like they did with Funky Kong. So I would wait on that to see when, how this thing operates before shelling out the money for it. Now we're going to go right into the other thing. As I told you guys before, so the Starlink sales are in. It didn't do as well. They barely broke even, or I think they broke even, or just barely did on all the other consoles. But Nintendo Switch, it actually sold really well. And now I'm going to say this, and I know I'm probably going to get some hate from people that don't have a Nintendo Switch, but I'm just going to say it flat out. Nintendo has got to pair up with the developers of Starlink and actually come out with a real Star Fox game. You could see that everybody that is a Nintendo... This is why it did so well on the Nintendo Switch. It's not that you know, it was just another game. The fact that it had Star Fox characters in it, and they weren't just add-ons like a little skin on it. It was actually characters that played a role in this game in the same universe. Because of that, people bought it for the Switch. Not just because it's portable, because let's face it, that is cool. But to be honest, I'm playing it sometimes on the portable, and the monsters are sometimes so big for this, the bosses, that I don't, like, I kind of want to see it on a big screen, that I find myself playing more on a big screen this game. It feels also good as I lay down, put my feet up on my subwoofer, and I'm, like, playing this game, and I feel like I'm on a plane. I mean, it looks really cool. Try it. Give it a shot. It's actually really cool. But it's because all of us who are true Nintendo fans actually waited for a brand new Star Fox game. And that's why, you know, we invested the money that we did. So I think if Nintendo is smart, which so far, let's face it, they haven't been so much very smart at all. If they, Nintendo of Japan, Nintendo of America is amazing, but Nintendo of Japan has been making a lot of stupid mistakes. And I hope that they see the marketing potential behind this game. And the developers of this game need to somehow get that funding and make a well-developed Star Fox game that we all can buy. I'm willing to guarantee that everyone would buy it. And I think that Nintendo, and I know I said this and a lot of you guys said, well, they had, you know, these toys out for it. That's not what I said. In my other video, I said they could have marketed it for so much money by selling Amiibos. Could you imagine, instead of that thing in the controller, which is so uncomfortable to play with, if they came out with an Amiibo, Amiibos for, you know, characters for an actual Star Fox game, you could, the combined total, you're going to make a ton of money. And I think that this is kind of going to screw it up a little bit, because when they, even though I love Starlink, the fact that they came out with Starlink is kind of going to, like, you know, everybody had their hypes, you know, their hopes up. And I love it because it feels like a Star Fox game, but at the same time, it's not a Star Fox game. And the other characters I really am not connecting with, nor do I care for them or play as them. I mean, it just doesn't connect. So if they came out with an actual Star Fox game, that would have been really cool. I don't know why they didn't think of that. And, well, Starlink came out, and I'm really, you know, as always, I recommend you guys to get it. But like I said, at the price point, I'd wait till it goes down a little bit in price. Like I give, as always, I give you guys honest reviews because I'm self-funded. I don't get, you know, money to tell you something is good when it's not. So this is why I'm telling you the absolute truth. And definitely check out my review on that game on the other, you know, the other video. Now another amazing news right here from Famitsu, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He was speaking from Sega Storm about bringing the Dreamcast into the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm going to tell you flat out, the original thing that they were saying was beyond stupid. Well, we're going to just come out with a bunch of Genesis games and, you know, regular Sega games, and we're going to see how that does, and then we're going to bring the, you know, if it has a good request, we'll bring in Dreamcast games. And you remember I said this in my video. That is the stupidest thing you could do, because Dreamcast actually has updated, you know, it was way ahead of its time, and it had great games like Virtua Fighter, you know, Skies of Arcadia, Panzer Dragoon from Sega Saturn, Power Stone. You have so many games that were so good and didn't really have a chance due to Sega of Japan literally destroying that system. And one day I'm going to make you guys a whole documentary about that, what happened. As you know, Sega had a chance. Sony PlayStation 1 would have never existed. Sony was building parts for Sega, and they actually wanted to come out with, you know, to have a coalition, you know, to incorporate each other, but like basically to make a team with each other to release a new system. And Sega of Japan said no. And then, well, PlayStation 1 came and destroyed the hell out of Sega and put them out of commission. The thing is, Sega had a chance to do a lot of good stuff, but Sega of Japan really screwed it up for them, and that's really screwed up. So I was hoping that they wouldn't care about that, and guess what? They actually, you know, did what fans demanded, unlike what Nintendo does. So they actually, you know, said, they, you know, guys, write, you know, anybody on the forums, write whatever is the games that you guys want, like, you know, Jet Grind Auto, Crazy Taxi, and all this other stuff. And they saw that a lot of people are requesting things for, you know, Skies of Arcadia would sell. The thing is, here's the problem. I'm scared that they're going to remaster these games and sell them at $40 each. That's what I'm scared of. But I think they're going to actually beat Nintendo and actually do what Nintendo should have done, which I discussed before, and make a ton of money, which is preach their, implement their virtual console. So now they're going to be doing it. Now, a lot of people didn't get a chance to play Sega Saturn or the Dreamcast. I think it would be so cool if they could remaster these games instead of just, coming out with like a regular, whatever version of it. And I think at 720 and HD, that is extremely doable for them to do, like they're doing with Shenmue and all that stuff. That would be really cool, but I don't want to see prices of like $40 or $60 on those. So I think they are going to come out with all these games, like a virtual console, if you will. I just really hope that they put time into, not just releasing these games, although they'll be fun either way, but I would like them if they can remaster them. And I'm willing to pay, I think people for Skies of Arcadia will pay $30 for it. That'll be really cool. For Panzer Dragoon, I think $20, Power Stone, $20-$30. I think people will do it on a remastered. But otherwise, if they could sell it for like about $10 each, I think you'd have a really good time, especially playing Virtua Fighter 3 on the go. That is sick. I mean, Royal Rumble, I used to like that because it was like the only game that they had that mimicked like PlayStation's SmackDown game. So it was actually really quick because let's face it, Attitude sucked. The game Attitude was really a horrible wrestling game, including, Royal Rumble, but Royal Rumble was much quicker, and it was that arcade style kind of crap that I liked at the time, and I still would play it right now if they sold it for about $5-10. So I really think there's a lot of good stuff coming very soon, and they have spoken about it, so it looks like they are going to be putting it in effect extremely soon. So to all you guys down below, as always, like I said, self-funded here, but also I want to hear your comments. But most important, you guys got to understand that there's marketing research companies that look everywhere. So be vocal in forums, be vocal here, in the YouTube video. Let me know what, let Sega know basically what games do you want to come out. I mean, for me, there's like a whole giant list. I could say Virtua Fighter 3, I could say Power Stone series. Panzer Dragoon would be sick. I would like Nights into Dreams. You remember Nights? I would love to play it with the, with the gyro controls if they could remaster that in a way. I would like remastered versions of those, but even if not, I would like them to actually come out with the game, and release it for like $10. If it's remastered, 20 to 30 would be sick. That would be really awesome. Definitely looking forward to it. And Sega has been talking about it for some time, and now it looks like they're actually taking this much serious. So who knows? We might see it in the coming year or by next year. So let's see what happens. I mean, don't forget, we have 2 directs coming out in November. Maybe a couple of them will be announced on this. I mean, I doubt they're going to really, talk about emulators and crap, but they're going to probably talk about new games and stuff like that. But they might actually make an announcement for a virtual console of, to get Sega Saturn games. I mean, I loved Sega Saturn. I had a lot of games for Sega Saturn that I absolutely loved. And Dreamcast, let's face it, it died too young, and it was a more powerful machine that it's than anybody else, anybody's systems at the time. It was way ahead of its time, but it didn't have enough backing. Microsoft ditched it. I'll do a documentary. Obviously, Microsoft did it because they wanted to do the Xbox, and once they pretty much left, pretty much that's all she wrote. But it would be so cool to have Skies of Arcadia, all these cool freaking games, if I'm pronouncing it right, Grandia series, all of these things, Shining Force series. That would be sick as hell to have it on this. I would really like to see what the heck this is capable of doing. Really cool news, so a lot of good things coming up. Anyways, as always, guys, if you like what you hear or like what you see here, definitely I'm always open to criticism and everything like that. I'm self-funded here. The only ways you guys could help me out is by liking the video, subscribing, hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. I do a number of things, from miniseries to gaming reviews to technology reviews, and as always, I don't get paid to tell you crap. That's why I came out with this channel in the first place, to make sure that everybody knows the truth. Pretty much that's all it is. So definitely comment down below and let Sega or anybody really be always be vocal, including in other forums and other channels and other videos. Make sure you're vocal and let their marketing research definitely check this out. Now, I want to just say one last thing. Team Sonic Racing. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this game. I'm going to tell you, I'm not really a big fan because you can play it on your phone. And to be honest, I don't really need tactile feedback when I have gyro controls on a phone for this game. So I really don't really care for it. I love it. It's a pretty cool game, but you know, it isn't something I'm going to pay $40 or $60 for. And this game's coming out in May, so they pushed it to May. So just to let you guys know. Anyways, as always, like, subscribe. Definitely comment down below and hit that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.